Binance suspends Xrp withdrawals. What's behind this? Pay attention to one of the most serious warnings about the future of cryptocurrencies in Europe. The use of Bitcoin may become illegal in the European Union due to a proposal involving data protection rules. What appears to be a technical detail is being used as an argument to bring down the world's leading cryptocurrency. Stay until the end to understand why this could affect the entire structure of the digital financial system. What's at stake? The European Data Protection Board, the body responsible for enforcing the General Data Protection Regulation, known as GDPR, has proposed an interpretation that could change everything. According to the new opinion, the so-called public keys stored on the blockchain can be considered personal data. This represents a serious impasse. Blockchain technology is known precisely for maintaining immutable records. In other words, it is not possible to delete or change the data after it has been inserted. If public keys are indeed classified as personal data, blockchain-based networks would technically be in violation of European legislation. Immutability as a legal obstacle. The immutability of blockchain is one of the pillars of digital security. This is precisely what ensures that transactions cannot be defrauded or modified. However, according to the European Committee, this technical characteristic is not a valid excuse for breaking the law. They argue that, even though it is technically impossible to erase data, the principle of the right to be forgotten must be respected. As a result, any blockchain-based project could be considered illegal unless it can meet the requirements of the GDPR, which in practice is unfeasible. Anonymity and risk of criminalization. Another point in the report is even more delicate. Even when transaction data is anonymous, the committee claims that this is not enough to ensure compliance with the law. This is because, with advanced technological resources, there is the possibility of indirect re-identification. Therefore, even an apparently anonymous transaction can be classified as high risk. The opinion also mentions that certain movement patterns can be associated with illicit practices. This approach leaves room for legitimate transactions to be misinterpreted by authorities, which represents a huge legal risk for users and developers. The global scenario and consequences. If the proposal is approved and implemented, Bitcoin may become incompatible with the European regulatory environment. In addition to the direct impact on cryptoasset transactions, this would put Europe at odds with international initiatives that seek to integrate blockchain technologies with the traditional financial system. Many analysts warn that this measure could drive technological innovations away from the continent, harm startups, and hinder the creation of decentralized solutions for the digital future. What is being discussed is not just a digital currency, but the future of financial freedom, decentralized innovation, and the right to technological privacy. If you have stayed this far, congratulations! You now know more than most about the legal backstage that could change the game forever. In the next episodes, we will reveal which currencies and projects are already seeking legal alternatives to operate within Europe, and which ones have the best chance of surviving in this scenario. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next content. What is coming could change the destiny of the crypto world.